Miss President and I leave the classroom together. Teddy desperately tries to follow, but the invisible wall stops him cold. He keeps charging at the wall, but every time he does, he just bounces off like a tennis ball being tossed against a glass window. When he finally gives up, he waves his stubby little arms in despair.
Yosuke, you better not lose! You gotta protect Miss President! And don't try anything funny with her!
Says him. Shut up, I'm not you. That Teddy, well, that's just how he is. Man, I kind of want to smack him, but I'm smiling all the same. The invisible walls block the way as usual. I'm starting to feel really anxious, but I can't let it show. I know that it would make Miss President here worry. We're making progress, slowly but surely. I have to keep trusting that we'll get there.
I really like this school.
That was unexpected.
Well, I'm not surprised, since you ran for student council president. Good job winning that, by the way. Oh yeah, what's your name?
My name?
I mean, I can't call you Miss President forever, right? I guess your name was on the posters around school during elections, but I tend to ignore those. No offense.
She clams up, so I try to get her to open up a little more, but what she says next takes me by surprise.
My name? I don't know.
Huh?
I can't remember it at all. I've been trying all this time, but I can't even remember what I was doing before now. Same goes for my name. I completely forgot that I must have a real name too, until you asked me about it. That ain't normal, is it? I wonder why that's happening to me.
It's probably because you've been in here for a long time. You've seen a bunch of other weird things in here, right?
Well, now that I think about it, the victims who were dropped into this world have had scrambled memories with bits and pieces and bits and chunks missing. So it's definitely possible that she can't remember her name.
Oh. You mean like those persona and shadow things? What are those?
She seems really upset about this. I bet that's only putting more pressure on her. She's seen a lot. Maybe an explanation would help her calm down a little. I decide to answer every question she has, one at a time.
Well, a shadow is another side of you. It's what you're not conscious of, or more like the feelings you didn't want to admit you had. Everyone has a side like that, an ugly part of themselves, and most people hate to admit it exists. But if you accept it, it becomes a persona, a power that can protect you.
So you have to accept yourself.
I went through that once, but it seems like my shadow's back. Well, I'll just have to accept it again.
I sure hope that's all I have to do. Of course, I can't say that part out loud. I talked like I was confident, but in reality, I'm really nervous. How can I be smiling when I'm so worried? It's crazy, right? I look at her to try to gauge how she's feeling.
It sounds rough. You think since I can't remember anything, the same's happening to me?
Don't worry, I'm sure you're just in a little bit of shock right now.
Oh great, now I've got her all nervous too. Trying to cheer her up, I try to play up the good parts.
You remember that you're the student council president, right? I'm sure you just need a little help to remember everything else.
You think so? You've been a real big help, Yosuke-kun.
Huh? Me? Did I do something?
Mm-hmm. You sure have.
She finally smiles. It's only a little one, but it's there. Huh? Is this really the first time I've seen her smile? Hot damn, she is really cute. I start to get embarrassed about having faked asking her out on a date, and my feet speed up. Crap, now I'm literally running away from her. Talk about chicken-hearted. Come on, Yosuke, you can ask her out after all this stuff. Yes, I will place that bookmark. Whew. Man, these stories are long. Ugh. And I need a drink. Finally, and I do mean finally, we stand in front of the announcement room. Miss President and I exchange a glance. Then I summon all my courage and throw the door open. I'm expecting to see the fake Teddy, or should I say my shadow, in the room. What? Rize's the only one in here.
Yosuke-senpai!
Are you alright? Where's the shadow?
You mean the fake Teddy? He hasn't come back at all. I sense this weird presence, but I don't know what it is.
Rize looks around nervously. I look around too. I haven't been in the announcement room that often, but I can tell that this isn't anything like the real one. The room is huge, with monitors everywhere. Not to mention the giant window taking up an entire wall with a crazy view outside. Yeah, this is a crazy town, alright. But what's this weird presence that Rize's talking about?
What are you freaking out about? This is your chance to save a pretty girl and become a hero, right, Yosuke? Huh?
Shadow Yosuke?
That's Yosuke-kun's voice.
I slowly turn in the voice's direction. There was no one there a second ago, but now suddenly there is, and he has my face. His inhuman gold eyes narrow in a taunting way. Haha, looks like I was right.
Hey there, Yosuke.
Yosuke-senpai's shadow?
Man, this isn't getting any easier. But at least I can confront him without freaking out like I did last year.
I thought you merged back with me. I'll come out anytime you start ignoring me. I'm always watching you. I am you after all.
This is a shadow?
Yeah, that's right. You're me. You're the weakness in my heart. I admit it. Now get back here.
I blurt it out before I have time to get second thoughts. This should do it. Then the shadow starts laughing instead.
Not bad, but that's exactly what I mean by ignoring me. You haven't changed at all since then. You just cover up whatever you don't want to see and paper over it. That's why I've returned. I'm not your persona anymore.
But I've been using my persona this entire time.
Don't tell me.
Hold on a sec. Does that mean... Forget logic, it's faster to just try it.
Jiraiya!
My nervous voice fills the announcement room, and that's it. My persona, Jiraiya, doesn't appear. Instead, the shadow begins laughing even harder.
No way.
But the thing is, like, how would we be able to complete everything without our personas?
So you really are?
To be honest, I was still doubtful. I had hoped that he wasn't my shadow. I mean, of course I didn't want to believe this Grand Prix is for me, and that I wasn't having fun. Shadow's right. All I was doing was ignoring the problem. My fists clench, my knees lock, my entire body shakes.
Is this because I was weak? Is that why everyone got dragged into it? Yep. Because I wanted a crisis to solve again. Because the case ended and I was bored? You got it. I'm sure you understand without me having to tell you. I couldn't save Saki-senpai. I didn't want to ever lose someone again. But I still wished for this.
I was proud that Inaba was peaceful, and I thought that I could finally be proud of putting Saki-senpai's death behind me. And yet, was I really faking all of that? In the end, am I just a loser who puts his own boredom over the death of a loved one?
Senpai.
I could hear the quivering in Rize's voice. No. This isn't true. Don't look at me. This isn't me.
It was all your desire. Trust me, I know. I am you after all.
I could feel myself ready to fall onto my knees. I can't use my persona anymore. I thought I had changed. But now I've literally lost everything.
You're...
I have to accept it. My mind knew what to do, but my heart still raged against it. Even before I knew what I was saying, the words were flying from my mouth.
You're not...
No, Senpai, look at me.
I lifted my eyes to look at Rize. There she was, with Miss President standing next to her. It was tough seeing the looks on their faces. I look away quickly, but Rize scolds me.
No matter what weaknesses you might have, we'll never stop liking you. So please, don't deny who you are.
Why'd you have to get in the way?
Here, I finally got in touch with the others. Listen to them.
Rize closes her eyes and folds her hands as if in a prayer. I see the elegant shape of her persona appear behind her. At that instant, voices pour into my head. These are...
You moron! What are you saying? Who do you think we are?
Yosuke-kun, we heard everything, but there's nothing for you to be afraid of.
I don't really get what's going on, but if it's gonna keep showing up, you just gotta beat the crap out of it every time.
We're all with you, Yosuke! You can rely on me too, you know.
Anyone can fall prey to the same troubles and insecurities. It's not just you, Senpai. It's true for all of us.
everyone, except you. My vision suddenly clears. I hadn't even realized that I was squeezing my eyes shut.
Huh? Naoto? How come you're here?
That's well...
Who cares why? There's more important stuff at stake here.
And after Chie, the clearest voice of all.
You won the battle against yourself back then, but you can't do it this time? Yosuke, believe in us.
This reminds me of like the final scene of the original Persona 4 where it's like you're near death. Like you're near death, literally, and then all of a sudden you hear, "Get up, senpai! We can do this! We can beat it!" This sounds very similar to that. When I hear my partner's voice, I draw a ragged breath. I take deep breaths, not noticing until now just how much I had tensed up in the last few moments. Rize, the bringer of these voices, turns to me. From the smile on her face, I know that she expects me to feel better now. And even though she has to be scared right now, she cares enough to smile for me when I'm feeling down. That's right. I finally realized that the simplest truth. The biggest difference between the person I was last year and the person I am now. Now I have friends that accept me even when I doubt myself. How could I not believe in myself? How could I be too weak to stand up? They're all believing in me. I'm not alone. Not anymore.
I'm such an idiot, aren't I? A grade A moron.
I raise my head and look straight at my shadow. Any trace of the fear I had is completely gone.
I thought I overcame my weakness and I was done with it for good. Dude, how naive was that, right? What? I'm weak. I'll probably always be weak. But that doesn't mean I need to run away. I'll keep fighting my weakness. And I'll do it as many times as it takes, even if that never stops.
My heart was calm. I was confident. I was conflicted just a moment ago, but now everything has been made clear. They believe in me. And knowing that, I feel their faith in me pushing forward. I could feel the power surging in me. The force filling my spirit causes me to shout out.
Come, Persona!
Am I fighting Shadow Yosuke? With Persona? Huh? This doesn't make sense.
Finally.
Yosuke versus Yosuke. Who shall win? Hopefully me. Oh, he kicked me. I think. Oh, which one is me? Okay, that's me. Okay, I wish he was like kind of a different color, like a little bit better. Like yeah, like he has a blue glow and all. Oh shit! Shit! No. Just go down. See, but that doesn't make sense. If that was Shadow Yosuke, then I shouldn't be able to be summoning Jiraiya to kick his butt. Just saying. It's gotta be the Miss President's, Shadow. Libris.
You did it, Senpai! That was awesome!
I let Rize's adulation wash over me. But there's something bugging me, something that could be really bad for me.
About my conversation with my shadow. Did you?
I hijacked the school PA system.
I knew it. Everyone had been backing me up because they'd been hearing everything I said up leading up to it.
Only you saw my shadow last time. Now everyone got to listen in? Oh, so lame.
That's not true. You were really cool, Senpai.
Thanks.
Ugh, Miss President looks like she's having trouble finding words for this. Damn, she's horrified by me. I can't blame her. She was left out of the picture. But, well, explaining it to her can wait. I need to do something about my shadow. But when I turn around, my shadow isn't there.
Huh? Where did he go? If he disappears, won't my persona... Wait.
Something's not right. I used my persona during that fight. Her there. But my persona is not my shadow, so if my shadow left me, how could I use my persona? As I'm struggling with that, Rize speaks up.
Something's not right.
Her voice is firm. Did she just think of the same conundrum that I did? No, that's not all. There's an eerie presence all around. Even I can feel it. It must be hitting Rize like a jolt of electricity. I can't let my guard down yet.
Yeah. Rize, Miss President, stay close to...
Right at that moment, the lights go out and darkness covers the room.
What the hell?
I can't believe you've made it this far. They repeatedly suffered the pain of fighting their friends, but they still didn't lose heart.
The lights come back on. When they do, the fake Teddy is standing there. Why is it looking like that now? Wait, was it the one talking in that weird voice? Fake Teddy ignores me and looks at Miss President.
No one can understand you after all. What a shame.
Who are you?
Then you weren't my shadow?
I want to make people fight. I especially want friends to fight against each other. Then maybe they'll understand how I feel. That was your wish, wasn't it?
What are you saying?
What does it mean this was my wish? And what's with the voice? Wait a minute. It's not talking to me. Then you mean...
Senpai, get back! The shadow's reacting to Miss President! It was really her shadow!
What?
I can feel my brain cracking open like a dropped watermelon. That's Miss President's shadow? But it's just said it was my shadow. But now that I think about it, this General Teddy has always been hostile to her ever since we met outside the school. That would explain Rize's voice on the PA system too. Well, duh! If a normal person's in here long enough, of course her shadow's gonna split away from her. I should have known that. After all, that's exactly what kept happening last year. Miss President just looked so healthy that it never occurred to me. This is just as if to mock my astonishment, the shadow keeps talking in General Teddy's shape.
I did exactly what you wished. So, how did that work out for you? They still couldn't understand you. No one can really understand how we feel, can they? Come on. How much longer are you gonna keep deceiving yourself? Didn't you hear them say you shouldn't ignore who you are? Here, I'll show you your reality.
With that sound, the enemy finally shows its real form. Is it gonna be the cutscene with Libris? Yeah. That's a big axe. Well then.
I am a shadow. The true self. That's my face.
But that's all that's the same. Even though her shadow has the same face, her body is wrapped in metal. Miss President screams at what appears to be something from a sci-fi flick.
Well, you must remember now. No, I'm not like that.
No, Miss President, calm down. A shadow doesn't just take on your appearance. You look like a twisted version of you to agitate you even more.
No.
I tried calming her down, but my words aren't reaching her. She just keeps shaking her head in denial. What's going on here? Shadows are things that exemplify what their originals want to be. I've never heard of them transforming into other people. The shadow sees my confusion and smiles.
It's an illusion.
Huh?
It's an illusion. Isn't that what you thought when you fought your friends? Your senses were being deceived, warping what you saw, twisting what you heard.
That's how you made my senpai fight each other. Is that your power?
Not just mine. It's actually our power. Isn't that so? Me.
Our? What is she saying?
No. I'm not like you. I'm human.
Miss President crouches down and says the words that are always bad. With that, the shadow smile grows, even more menacing, and it snaps its fingers again. And at that moment, something like TV static flashes across my eyes. I rub my eyes. The static doesn't cover my entire field of view, but slowly begins to focus around the president. When it clears, Miss President has changed. Metallic limbs stretched from her uniform. Something metallic like wings unfurled from her back. There's no doubt she's the same as the shadow standing in front of us. She cries out and tries to cover her ears. But when she does, the sound of metal grinding against metal accompanies her movements. I see myself reflected in the shiny metal of her fingers.
Robot?
So that means the shadow isn't some fancy fantasy version. That's her true self? So Miss President was the one trying to look like a human?
No! I'm human! You still believe that about yourself? No human can do that, and you know it.
The shadow points at me, and I'm at a loss for words. I look around, but in the end, my eyes meet hers. We both fall silent. In those few seconds, I can feel a deep rift growing between us.
Yosuke-kun?
No, don't get me wrong. I was just a little surprised.
I'm human.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Suddenly, there's an explosion so loud I think my eardrums are blown out. The smoke makes me cough and my eyes tear up. I manage to focus and see a hole in the wall. I can barely see through the smoke, but I can see the hallway on the other side. Eventually, the smoke clears and a shape steps through the hole.
What the? I didn't sense anything until
Another
now.
thing? Yes! Yes! Yeah! Yes! It was a girl! Blonde hair, blue crystal-like eyes. But there are metallic sounds as she walks.
So this is where you were.
Another robot girl?
Music, yeah! It's another girl with a mechanical body, just like the Shadow and Miss President. She looks at the trembling president and calls out.
You must remember, that is the only way the future will open up to you. You must accept it, no matter how painful it may be. Your true name is 5th generation anti-shadow suppression weapon. Labris.
Labris? Weapon? What? What is going on here? Aww. Just when it was getting good. Naoto's, Mitsuru's, Akihiko's, and everybody else's stories are available.
And reality, mind and matter. Now then, why don't you
Cool.
introduce yourself?
Alrighty, so we got, Jesus. Jesus. Oh my god. Why is Akihiko all the way over here? The Emperor. Yeah, this would be weird. It's like, oh. Kanji and Akihiko have the same voice.
The persona you
Shush
acquired.
you. Akihiko and Kanji have the same voice actor. This is gonna be weird, man.
Perhaps you can think
Holy
of it as
shit.
a facade of determination.
Alrighty, so I
Face
guess that
various
was the end
difficulties
of
in
Yosuke's story mode. Yeah. So I think after this one, I think I'm gonna hop on over to Chie's. So anyways, if you guys can help me out here and understand this story mode, and are they supposed to like come together somehow in like a coherentness or something like that? I don't know. Cause it's like because Yosuke fought you could move forward, which in turn had him fight everybody else in order for him to get to the announcement room with Miss President. But then it's I don't know what's going on. So alrighty, well, doesn't matter. But yeah, can you just help me clarify the story mode? Like, do all these stories eventually like come together in one coherent thing, or is it just it's legitly every single one is separate and their endings just like bring everything a little further or something? I don't know. So anyways, but besides that, I hope you guys enjoyed these videos. I'm gonna try and mess around with the difficulty a little bit. And see how it goes. Like I said, as you can see, I suck very much at fighting games. So, I kind of don't want to change the difficulty, but, we'll see. We'll see. I'll keep working with it, but who knows. So, anyways, guys, I am Later in the Server. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in Chie. Gonna be Chie's story next. See ya!